Now, I got to a point in my life where I no longer listen to. I don't watch news. I don't listen to news. What is happening on the news, on TV? All this their TV channel. This is this news, or any news that is organized. I know that this news is well known. This news station is big, like CBN, BBC, so on and so forth. I know they watch. I know they sit down. I know they look. Now, what if they interested to me now? They go there for all these protests where they do since on yesterday. So for Ibrahim Traore, all over all the Africa countries. I've been going through all these their big top news waiting court to see if they actually carried it. I didn't see. Yesterday I go, I no see. So I was waiting. I don't know, say now let me dey observe. Ever since, you can never see what Ibrahim Traore did in Burkina Faso. That is, their news are carrying. Those Western news channel, they not they carry anything good from Africa. It's only bad, evil propaganda. That is what these their news stations carry. I thought I was the only one listening or observing, but I don't know, say somebody actually did. Now I will leave you to listen to this other person who happened.
No Western media has actually talked about what is happening today in Burkina Faso. No Western media has published it. No Western media. In fact, about the protests across the world in support of Burkina Faso. No Western media. When I'm talking about Western media, I'm talking about BBC. I'm talking about CNN, ABC, all these Western media. None of them have gone through their pages. None of them. Despite the fact that millions of people turn out in Burkina Faso to show their support, none of them have actually published. That is to tell you that these Western media organs are propaganda tools used by these Western nations to bring down African nations. I tell you most solemnly, if it was a protest against Burkina Faso, even if it were just 200 people, CNN would have carried it, BBC would have carried it, MSNBC would have carried it, Al Jazeera to a certain level, no. MSNBC would have carried it, ABC would have carried it, all their foreign Associated Press would have carried it. If it was a protest that was occurring across Washington or in any part of Africa against Ibrahim Traore or against any African leader, they would have carried this protest and broadcast it. As I'm talking to you, since the whole of today, as of now that I'm doing this video, that I'm recording this video, no Western media organ has actually published. And it now is coming to remind you that what we see as Western media reports in Africa are sponsored teleguided report by their home government to change a narrative, as Michael Lansley in African Command, General Michael Lansley, African Command operator of U.S. African Command, said that they have to control the narrative and influence. It's shocking that thousands of people, millions of people turn out across Equatorial Guinea, Burkina Faso. The video, even see the video. No news on CNN. In fact, there was no news. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. They have not published it. They have not talked about it. They have not said it. But if just 50 people had gotten up to protest against Ibrahim Traore, they would have published it. If just 10 people had gotten up to protest against Ibrahim Traore, they would have published it. But today across Africa, and it's also shocking that even our own African nations, our own African state media organs, have not published what is happening in Burkina Faso. They have not published. And you want to know? Because they themselves, the head of state, are not happy with Ibrahim Traore, because Ibrahim Traore is opening the eyes of Africans. And that's why you see our own African leaders are not also publishing it. And our own African nation, I'm talking about state media, have not published it. Our state media have not published it because they know that publishing it will mean that they are telling Ibrahim Traore that, oh, you see, we are aligning with you, blah, blah, blah. They are somewhere cooking, planning. How can we bring him down? They are in their control room now. How can we bring this young man down? How can we bring him down? This young man is going to...
Just a little thing like this, their channel will carry it to manipulate the mind of their people against Africans. This is what they are good for. Propaganda, sending for misinformation across their global about Africa. But you can never, when anything good is happening in Africa, they will hide it from their people. They are not talking about it in their channel because they don't want their people to be aware of what is happening, except those on social media. But they will never talk about it on their channel. Their channel will not carry it so that people will not know what is happening, what they have done for years against Africa, what Africans are about to, embark on, what Africa wants, so that they will easily, buy who they want to buy and say, in execution, the person is a dictator. Forcefully, you will just claim that somebody is a dictator. You will buy him. Make all these Western people get you. I shouldn't say they should fear God, because there is no God in their dictionary. God know for them, they believe they are the God. They don't believe in God. You get? That is why when they buy, they go to make themselves saint. They go to add their name. Where some of their people buy, they go to add their name into books of saint. Very soon now, that one when he buy recently, they will still add his name, but they will not put it in this generation. Maybe after 200 years later, you'll be hearing the name of that man as a saint. People will be praying to him the way that they pray to Jesus. People will begin pray to him as they pray to Mary. This is it. These people know they fear God. They believe saying that them be God. After if they buy finish, they will put their name in the list of saints and take it to Africa, so that African people will be praying to them as their God. It is what it is. They will not show anything on the channel. You will not hear. You will not know. Be like you do not know these people. If you never know them, you will know them. Very soon now, we are beginning to understand everything. It shocked them. They're not put on. Why they go put on for news when their plan don't backfire? When they made the people, sure they already put it on the news that Ibrahim Traore was a traitor. Do you want them now to see the people protesting against them that said Ibrahim Traore was a traitor? The answer is no. So this is it. It is very clear.